let's see how this works. You know, one of the things I want to do with this channel is I actually want to stream games, you know, like all the cool people do. But honestly, I really don't know how to do it, so I'm just going to give this a shot and see how it works. I don't know if there's a chat window or what. Okay, I guess there is. Just nobody's there, of course. So, if you're watching this, basically, I am going through Neverwinter Nights 2. Yeah, I know. Amazing, right? One of my all-time favorite CRPGs, and it recently got a half-hearted remaster, and a lot of people might say, like, why would you pay $30 for a game you already own, and they didn't really even improve anything? And you're right, they didn't. But one thing they did do was they allow you to play the game without installing 20 different mods just to get it to run in modern Windows. So that's the only thing I don't like about Neverwinter Nights 2 is whenever I would have to run the game, it would be crashing like every 5-10 minutes. Holy shit, what the hell? It's actually been a long time since I played this game, so I can't remember where everything is. I know we're supposed to look for the guard posts, and we're supposed to handle the thugs that are causing problems for the guardsmen, but I have no friggin' idea where these dudes are. And that's interesting. Now it says something about the stream giving an error. What the hell is that? I'm kind of new to all this stuff, so, you know, bear with me. Now the character that I'm playing in this game, I decided to go through the game with a ranger, but he's a little different than the normal rangers I or other people make. I'm actually making a strength-based ranger. Now you might be asking yourself, why the hell would you make a strength-based ranger when if you're going to use the two-handed abilities, you need a high agility, a high dexterity, which means you're going to be using light armor, and you need agility instead of strength. The reason why is because I want to be different. Oh, and the guy. Oh, I see someone did say something in chat. Yeah, it's this is live actually, believe it or not. You know, I actually think it's probably better to start with the first Neverwinter Nights because there are quite a few callbacks in the second game to the first game. But I think the second game is easier. and it's also more user friendly, and you can actually have a real party, whereas in the first game, at least in the base campaign, you can only have one party member besides yourself. So I would say if you can stand the lack of any quality of life enhancements in the first Neverwinter Nights, you should probably play the first game. Damn, these guys had 1,000 gold pieces in there. The Neverwinter Nights 1 main campaign isn't worth it. Yes, that is correct. The main campaign of the first Neverwinter Nights is actually pretty lackluster. The only good thing about it is the character Arabeth, who will appear later in the series. And it might help you a bit to understand her character if you play the first game, but you could just watch a playthrough on YouTube and or go to the wiki for Neverwinter Nights and read about her character. So the only really cool thing about the first Neverwinter Nights are all the fan-made modules for it, and there are quite a bit. There's even one that I made. If you go on to the Neverwinter Nights vault and you find a module named Order of the Griffin 2, that's mine, that I made like 25 years ago. Keep in mind it sucks. But at the time I was unemployed and I needed something to do, and I created a very in-depth Neverwinter Nights campaign. Now, the main campaign in Neverwinter Nights 2 is actually pretty decent. Everybody has their own opinion about it, but I actually liked it. I think it kind of... How do I put it? It's kind of like Dragon Age Origins 0.5. I think a lot of the ideas that Neverwinter Nights 2's main campaign started were sort of fine-tuned and put into Dragon Age Origins. Yeah, it was... See, here's the thing. I'm a huge fan of the original Order of the Griffin for the TurboGrafx. So, when Neverwinter Nights 1 came out and I needed an idea for a campaign, I thought, why not make a sequel to one of my favorite D&D games, Order of the Griffin, on the TurboGrafx. So really, the whole idea with it is that all the heroes... I'm 49 years old, about to turn 50. So when you come back to Radlib Keep, and all the heroes from the first game have been corrupted by the vampire. So you actually end up fighting them as bosses in the game. And then you find out who the real end boss is at the end, this very high-level demon, and that's who you fight. So. Funny thing is, I'm actually, on my laptop now, which I use for emulation, I'm actually going through Order of the Griffin again. And I have OBS on my laptop, and I tried to record it, but when I went to look at the recording, the bottom half of the screen was cut off for some strange reason, so I couldn't I was going to upload that, but yeah, it didn't work. So I have to figure out why that is so. Let's see, how much money do we have? 5,000 gold. Mr. Networks of Overpower. I'm not going to waste my money. Oh, well, thank you. At least, you know, it's nice to know that at least there's somebody out there who likes some of the crazy videos I make. I wonder if I can move that. People are probably going to think I'm talking to myself, unless the chat shows up on the video. Like I said, I don't know how that stuff works. One of my best friends that I work with, he streams. You can probably find him on Twitch under the name Milky Seed. He also has a YouTube channel, and he's a big streamer on Twitch. And I usually watch his streams, and if you listen to his streams, I'm often on there as one of his friends that sits there and makes fun of him while he plays games. Yeah, that's my name. I usually go by Lyric because that's my D&D paladin name and has been for about 25, 30 years. Lyric is sort of like the D&D version of me. Damn, where the hell is the rest of my party? Like, what? And how the hell did they kill Kelgar and not kill me? I think they introduced some new bugs in this game that weren't present in the original. Every once in a while, too, my forward movement stops, and I have to double-click the mouse to get my character to move again. What the hell is my druid doing over here? Like, she's just standing here staring at the wall?
I am listening.
Yes.
Well, see, if it's you and 3 followers, that's what you can have. But see, I'm a ranger, so I have my wolf, and the druid, she has her familiar too, and yeah, and the mage has her familiar out, which is some kind of fox character. Like, I guess that's a weasel maybe. Eleni has a badger, and I have a wolf. I'm wondering if the guard posts are just in different sections of the city, if that's what it is. I thought they were all in the docks district, but maybe not. Maybe they want you to go into different districts, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you know what, it probably is an otter. It's not much use in combat, I can tell you that. Initially, I was going to play a barbarian and, using the monkey grip feat, have a falchion in each hand. But it got so boring because I had no spells and all I was doing was occasionally hitting the rage key. So I said, let's just play a ranger because at least then I can do something other than attack. I'm not really big on this. I don't. The only reason I'm playing the enhanced edition is because, like I said, every time I try to play the normal version of Neverwinter Nights 2, like the one I have it on GOG as well, it's always giving me problems. Like either the movement rate doesn't match the frame rate, and everything's out of sync, or the game crashes and my saves corrupt. I haven't had that problem with this edition, but I'm having different problems, like my character sometimes not moving forward, or the AI shutting off all by itself. So it's sort of like pick your poison. That's funny. I think you can tell a lot about someone's personality by the kind of characters that they play in RPGs. Because I've always been the type to play melee-focused characters. I have that, as my friend, my one friend likes to say, it's that unga bunga brain, where you just get a big weapon and hit people over the head with it. Even if I play a mage, I have to play a hybrid mage that can melee. Where the heck are these other guard posts? I don't want to have to stop this game and actually look online because my old dumbass can't remember. See, that's one of the things they don't tell you when you get older. You forget things, and it's like your brain just isn't as sharp anymore. You try to play the same RPGs, but... And it's bad after you have like a 12-hour shift at work. You come home late at night, you're tired, you got a shower, you got something to eat. And here it is like 2 in the morning and you're trying to figure out how the hell you play a game you beat 15 years ago. Oh yeah, this is... You actually have to go up and talk to him because I'm an idiot and didn't realize that. So, that would mean there's a guard post right there. And one down at the bottom, okay. Yeah, that's why I've always been big into D&D games, especially Forgotten Realms, even though, some people will tell you that Forgotten Realms, Land of Faerun, that it's really old and busted and everyone's tired of it, but I always love the world lore. For me, that's like classic D&D. And to me, it has the most interesting fantasy world. Maybe that and Ultima, but since there's no new Ultima games, can't really do anything there. Sad every guard in this city is corrupt. They're just trying to save their life because they know the local crime syndicate will slit their throats. This is the one part of the game I hate. We're just basically going around talking to people. Oh yeah, that's right. Then they burned down the City Watch headquarters. Play any MMOs? I love MMOs, but unfortunately I haven't really had any... Well, here's the funny thing. My two buddies from work, the one who streams that I was mentioning earlier, they were playing Final Fantasy XIV for a while, but then they stopped. My one best friend, he doesn't like Final Fantasy XIV. He's more of a Dark Age of Camelot World of Warcraft guy. But then he got bored of World of Warcraft, so we haven't played that in probably half a year. Almost a year now. So I would play Elder Scrolls Online. I have quite a few high-level characters on that, but I haven't sat down to seriously play that game, and God, not since probably 2 years ago. I mean, I thought about getting, what the hell is that one that came out that everybody told me stunk, but it looked good. New World, I think it was called. I wanted to try New World, but I didn't have anyone who wanted to play it, so... And I didn't want to solo an MMO and pay, you know, what, $15 a month or something for an MMO that I'm just playing by myself. Oh, look! This, now, how about that? That's one of my best friends, that's Milky Seed himself, has come here to watch me stream this game foolishly. Yeah, that was fun. I actually had a lot of fun with that Final Fantasy XIV group we had. Although I was just a side character because Milky Seed was playing the cutest Lalafell in the universe, and basically every person in the game, as soon as they walked by our party and saw him, it was like everybody was taking screenshots and posing with him. Okay, so I gotta go to the merchant quarter. You know, really, I would be watching Milk play Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but he's not streaming it, so I figured, what the heck, I would just do a stream for my channel. You know, even though they didn't change anything about the graphics, and this game is still the same busted engine from 2008, it actually looks pretty decent, especially with the lighting. I mean, it wouldn't pass as a modern game, but, you know, nowadays people don't really care about graphics that much.
responsible for clearing the docks of undesirables. In an uncompromising fashion, it seems your approach has only provoked Moya's gang into retaliating. Last night, they attacked the Watch directly.
The cowards put one of our posts to the torch, killed Lieutenant Rowe. They attacked us for doing our duty.
The lieutenant was a good man. His post at the docks was a difficult one, but he kept the peace. With an understanding,
I think it's more fun.
Much justice only causes more unrest.
It was too soft on them.
I think it's more fun to join your streams when Terry is there.
We'll act, Marshal.
I think with all three of us,
Root them out. We will need time. We need
it's
to
just
make
like
up, and that is why I summoned you here.
it's like a charismatic trio. We just sort of feed off each other.
Situation at the docks. I think your promotion will send a strong message to the lower and upper quarters of the city.
I'm not going to make the diplomacy roll because my charisma and my diplomacy stat is so low. I would really be shocked if I made it.
Yes.
Yep,
we
no,
all
I
seek
didn't.
out chances, and we are all on them. We cannot attack Moya's gang directly. They have no base. So we must target their operations instead. Bleed them of gold and men until they have nothing left. The situation at the docks is indeed.
Now, I told Terry to play this game, and I told him to play as a monk because monks are so overpowered in this game and D&D 3.5 in general. But you also get diplomacy as a skill with monks. And there's so many shortcuts you can take with diplomacy in this game.
Stop the shipment and put an end to the smuggling for good.
You are the only one we can trust for the job. Many of the Watch in the docks district tend to turn a blind eye when coin is involved.
And they should be rounded up as well.
One problem at a time, Cormac. By the time we've dealt with the smuggling, perhaps then the costs of the Neverwinter reconstruction will be reduced, which should allow us to pay watchmen their rightful salary.
Oh, indeed. Because it is the lack of coin, not loyalty. That is the problem. Is that it? Maybe your eyes are blinded by coin too, Captain?
You are the short-sighted one, and your blindness is that of a stubborn mule. This is not a black and white matter, Cormac. The docks are the only revenue source from trade we have. We cannot even patrol the roads for merchants to feel safe. So we need every watchman, even if only as a presence there.
We do not need those scarecrows. Those turncoats are foils on Neverwinter's name, and they'll give every thief in the city an open door to our throats. If we allow them to become any more blind for every gold coin, we might as well throw down weapons now.
And what do you propose, Cormac? With the funds being diverted to reconstruction, the pittance a watchman makes is temptation for anyone to look for gold elsewhere. We must make do until reconstruction is finished, no matter what it takes.
By the way, if anyone watches this stream, go visit Milky Seed's channel and his Twitch stream sometime. He's a cool dude that plays a lot of good RPGs. He's a young guy and probably the nicest person I ever worked with in any job. And he has, unlike other people of his age, he has really good taste in RPGs. So go there and watch his stuff sometime. Unlike Terry, who hasn't even played a single Castlevania game and doesn't even know what Symphony of the Night is. When we were clocking out tonight, I even told him, I said, do you even know what Symphony of the Night is? He's like, no. I said, have you played a single Castlevania game? No. He's like, my first game console was a GameCube and I grew up playing Call of Duty. Yeah, so I love him though. I don't mean to say anything bad about him.
At least someone is speaking sense.
Silence, Cormac. Enough of this. I think we can at least agree on who should tackle this matter. Lieutenant, you have proven yourself to us, and you have done so at great personal risk, as you are no doubt marked for death by Moya and her.
This is actually not... There's two ways you can progress at this point in the story. You can join the Guard, which is what I did, because, I wanted to be, Mr. Good Guy this time. Or you can join the Thieves, and you can be on the other side and actually attack the City Watch. So, but I'm trying to be kind of like chaotic good with this character, so I'm trying to role play him as kind of like a elfish ranger paladin kind of character.
Excellent. Now, I cannot say it won't be dangerous, but stopping this operation may come with benefits. Whatever you confiscate from the smuggled goods can be used to build up the presence of the Watch in the Docks district.
And any watchman found aiding these thugs should be dealt with. We need no division in our ranks.
The smuggling operation is your assignment, Lieutenant.
You know that
I want
meme?
that dealt with.
I think there's a meme that
Through the back alley in the docks. We need you to go in and stop the weapons from.
I have to wait for these guys to
Be
finish
careful once you're
talking.
in. The back alley is infested with petty criminals and alleywood.
There's a meme that I saw on one of the D&D sites I go to, or forums, and it said, it had a guy and it said, I'm more concerned about how characters in video games feel, and if I hurt their feelings, than like people in real life. That's sort of like how it is with me. Like it's hard for me to play an evil character. I think I went through Baldur's Gate 1 as an evil character with an evil party only 2 times. And that's compared to like probably 24 times as a good guy. It's hard because like for instance, if you go through Baldur's Gate and you're mean to Minsk, like I can't be mean to Minsk. I feel bad about it. Like I can't be evil.
My Lord Masher, I came as soon as I received your summons.
Ah, Sonova. We were just speaking. These men are from the trade, and I was telling them of the Watch's successes at the docks, and they were about to tell me of their renewed efforts to ensure new ships in the harbor this season to compensate for the loss of overland travel.
The season has been a lean one for Neverwinter, my lord. The citizens will be pleased to see more.
You see, it's funny you say that because I remember I had never bought GTA, and my buddy in high school and one of my old D&D friends from back in the day, Mike, he used to always rib me because when I did finally buy GTA and we were playing it together, I would like deliberately avoid running over people, even if it meant like wrecking my car, and I was like observing traffic laws and shit. And he's like, that's not how you're supposed to play GTA. It's okay to run over people. They drop money.
After all, the guild and I have much to discuss.
Although when I drive in real life, you know, I actually do want to run over people. So, it's weird. I'm evil in real life, but good in video games. It's, you know. Alright, so... You know, I wonder if I should do some of the party quests, because I don't know when they... I do not know when the party quests expire, or if they expire. If you can go too far into the game and not be able to complete them. Let's see. I might do Nishka's quest. See, this is one of the first game... Well, Baldur's Gate 2 was the first BioWare game that introduced romances, but you can romance your party members in this game. Although I don't want to romance Nishka, I do like to finish her quest. I actually prefer romancing Eleni the Druid. She's my favorite female character in the game.
Mentioned West, I heard what happened there. To your friends, the other villagers. The attack still. To leave your home. With my kind. Especially those that listen to nature. There is no one place that we call home. Everywhere we go throughout the land is comforting. With its own sounds and life. Perhaps. Perhaps not. The Mare drew me more than any other place. So I did not travel much beyond its edges. We deal with few outside of our own circle. I have not seen my own kind in many years, and I spoke with the circle only rarely. But surely we were not
See, I gained one influence with her, so I try to side with her in arguments with the party, just to bump that up, so I get some sexy time with the druid girl. You know, I'm a simple man. Nishka's the only thief you get in the game, but I did teach this ranger character some skill levels in open lock and disable device, so that I wouldn't need to have her in my party. I think she's chaotic neutral, so the bad thing about her is if you are playing a good character, she's always getting pissed about everything you do. Like, you know, you're helping some, like, drunk peasant in the docks district, and she's like, oh, why waste our money and our time helping these people? And then she just gets more pissed off at you.
At such distances, I did not realize your aspect could...
Shadows grant many gifts, Torio, but time is short, and the longer we speak, the greater the chance of detection. Torio informed me of your troubles in infiltrating Black Lake Lawn, so I am sending assistance. Has she? The Sea Ghost sails from Luscombe to the docks of Neverwinter, carrying allies in our cause.
Allies, my lord.
Yes, I have dispatched agents to assist your infiltration of Black Lake, Torio. Unless you disagree.
Not at all. But I had hoped for the chance to see to the matter personally, without...
I only need more time, my lord. I will find a way past Black Lake's walls. No. You will be needed elsewhere to deliver a message for me to our other allies to the east. I could spare one of the Circle of Blades, my lord. They are eager for work, both in infiltrating Black Lake or sending word to the orcs.
Every great criminal organization needs an extremely large, bald guy. That's a fact. You can actually research that.
Like the orcs require a more personal touch. Sending the shadow priests to Old Owlwell? As for you, Torio, watch for the Sea Ghost. I shall be in contact with you shortly before its arrival.
Nobody realizes this ancient necromancer has risen from his grave and is plotting the overthrow of the major towns of the Sword Coast. And there's going to be all-out war between the Lord of Shadows and your party. Fun times. See, the twist in this game, though, is that your character actually has a Githyanki silver blade embedded in their skin, and he doesn't know it yet. And when you find all the remaining pieces of that Githyanki silver sword, you can reforge it, and then it becomes like an extension of your hand. So even if your character doesn't have, like say you're a wizard and you don't have sword proficiency, it doesn't matter. You actually get like these huge boosts to your stats, and you can use the weapon without any kind of requirements whatsoever. I thought the weapon when you get it is a bastard sword. I thought it was, but I was asking some people on the forums, and I was told that it's actually not a bastard sword now. Now that's just a regular sword. Like, it's not even bastard long, short sword. It's just the game classifies it as a like a spectral weapon. It's like when mages summon flame weapon, and they don't need like a prerequisite to wield it. That's sort of what they changed it to. So, because I was going to take Bastard Sword proficiency to use it, but apparently now you don't really even need that. You don't get any bonuses for having a proficiency in it, if that makes sense. so let's get the mage out of my party because I don't want her. We're gonna put Nishka. We're gonna do Nishka's quest. Because I'm not sure. I think if I go too far in the chapter, it's gonna lock me out of Neverwinter, and I won't be able to do the party quest. I know Kelgar's vision quest doesn't conclude until very late in the game because he wants to be a monk. But if you go to the temple now, they just tell him you're a violent idiot, and there's no way you can be a monk. Get out of here, you stupid dwarf. You have to, throughout the course of the game, kind of like temper his attitude so that he can become a monk by the end of the game. Now what's cool is all the expansions are in this enhanced edition. So when you buy this, you get all the expansions for it, and one of, let's see, where am I going? One of the expansions is a direct continuation of the story, the Mask of the Betrayer, and you actually get to keep that Githyanki silver sword. It becomes a special ability, and you can just call upon it whenever you want to.
Just sticking together, trying to make a living, but we don't bow to no one. Please, Dad, don't beat me. I promise I won't drop the basket.
Yeah, I helped this kid earlier, and I sided with him.
Honest, I do. Just don't beat me like Emma. She can barely walk on that leg now.
Look at the poor boy. Someone ought to.
It's not like that at all. This boy is he's a thief.
It's so sad. She loved to run, but she broke a pot. And you don't do that in our household. No, sir.
It's really not like that at all. He's playing you all for fools.
I'm not going to stand by and watch you hurt this child. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
We'll talk again, Wolf. This isn't over.
That's right. You run. Are you all right?
I'll be fine thanks to you, kind strangers. Especially you.
Rule number one of any RPG is always make friends with the street urchins. Because if anyone out there played Baldur's Gate 3, you know when you get to the first town and you make friends with those that little thieves guild made up of kids, you can access their vault and get all that loot that they share with you. So it's always important to to make friends with the orphans, the orphan thieves in all these games.
How can I help?
Yes.
Later in this game, you actually, one of your party members is a Githyanki priest. Or I should say Githyanki priestess. Until Baldur's Gate 3, I don't know of any D&D game that actually let you have a Githyanki in your party. At least not officially. It's funny because in this game you spend most of the game getting ambushed by Githyanki patrols who want to reclaim that silver sword that's embedded in your chest. Alright, so... So let's save in case I mess this up. Well, that was... Hey, go ahead. Stand on the trap, Kelgar. So the game makes a big deal about you having to sneak in here, but then I blow the sneaking part and I have to fight the thugs anyway. So what's the point?
How can I help?
That's weird. They're actually... This must be a glitch because the thugs are using the voice set for the male tiefling voice set, I believe. And they sure don't look like tieflings to me. They don't have a tail. The AI is so stupid that it doesn't know to switch to a melee weapon when they're engaged in melee combat. You know what I really want to stream is I want to stream Icewind Dale 1 or 2 and play through those games. That's some peak D&D right there. I actually have a one party going through the Icewind Dale 1 expansion right now, and I have another party in Icewind Dale 2 that's halfway through the main campaign. Yeah, that's definitely the male tiefling voice set. Oh shit, he had a rapier +1. I wonder if she can equip that.
How can I help?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I wonder if my character could disable that trap. Nope, critical failure. Okay. There should be a feat. I know there is in Icewind Dale 2, but there's a feat that'll... Oh, there is Able Learner, but there should be a cross-class feat that allows you to learn skills you normally would not be able to learn without penalty, but they don't have it in Neverwinter Nights 2. I know you can do it in Icewind Dale 2 because I've played as fighters. Actually, I played as mages that because of the high intelligence and dexterity of a gnomish mage, I had them do disable lock and open lock and disable device without any kind of detriment.
How can I help?
Yes.
Yes.
Her lore is not high enough. Maybe my druid can... There you go. It's a mage robe.
Yes?
I'll give that to the mage when I meet her the next time.
How can I help?
Yeah, this is the enhanced edition. I don't really know. People are mad and it's getting review bombed on Steam because there's not that much enhanced about it. But just the fact that I don't have to download like 15 different compatibility mods just to get this to run in modern Windows, that's good enough for me.
Follow me.
So, yeah, I mean, it's... I forget the name of the company that does it, but they're known for putting out like half-assed remasters. But I have so many problems getting this game to run on any system beyond Windows XP.
Into my home. I'll cut the...
But I haven't had any crashes in this game so far, and I've been playing it for like 15 hours. So that's good enough for me.
Finally got smart, eh? Come to pay me back?
Well then, it is.
Save your breath. You'll need to scream.
I mean, if you want, it's probably better to go and get the original Neverwinter Nights 2 on GOG. It's the same exact game, and you can get all the expansions already put in it, and there's no need to run anything else because it has no copy protection. But you will have to mod it, and you will have to tinker with it to get the damn thing to run stable in anything beyond Windows XP. So good luck.
All right, men. You heard the lady.
You are gonna regret crossing.
Now, because I'm playing a strength-based ranger, I'll mention this right now. I have nothing in my wisdom stat, so I can't cast magic. I'm like a complete... I'm the Unga Bunga Ranger. I just hit things really hard. Normally, when I play a ranger, you know, I'm dex-based, and
I swear it.
and I'm using like rapiers and short swords, but problem with rapiers and short swords is they suck, damage-wise anyway. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm listening.
Cloak of Arachnida. Spell immunity to web, and you get a saving throw bonus against poison. Interesting. We will give that to...
Yes.
Well, might as well give it to her.
Yes.
I don't know, I think maybe the graphics are a little touched up. I mean, it seems like the textures might be a little bit better in this version. I don't know. But I have a lot of fond memories with Neverwinter Nights 2. Now, I haven't had any crashes in this version of the game, but I have had some weird bugs that never existed in this game before, like party member's AI turning off, or suddenly losing the ability to walk forward, and I have to switch camera modes and switch back just to move forward again. You know, fun times. But it's a lot better than the constant crashes I was having in trying to get the original game to run on modern hardware, so I guess you have to pick your poison, really. District. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Neverwinter Nights 2 is fun. Like I said, I've had really good I have really good memories about the game when it came out. I bought the collector's edition. I still have the box and everything. It actually came out right around the time my grandmother died, so it was one of those games that like kind of helped me cope with it. When I remember my uncle coming over to stop by the house to check on me, and I can still remember being in the living room with my computer hooked up, playing Neverwinter Nights 2 just like non-stop. You know. Grandmother was definitely one of my favorite relatives, one of the few people I really got along with. And this game came out like I think like right around the time she died. She passed in April of 2008. And I think this game came out like early 2008, late 2007. It's funny how sometimes games can take you back to that moment when you first bought them, where you first played them. It seems like so long ago. Actually, it was long ago. Okay, so enter the back alley. I wonder what they mean by back alley in the docks district. Oh, okay, it's actually that little red dot on the north side of the map. Gotcha. Although I think I'll stop by the weaponsmith and see if I can buy something better here. Maybe sell some of my crap. Now I'm saving this hammer for the paladin. There is a paladin character that joins you, and he's extremely powerful, but unlike most paladins who start with like weapon proficiency and longsword, he doesn't. He starts with proficiency in light hammers. I don't get it. You know, he's such a retard. But that's why I'm saving this light hammer +1 that does lightning damage. Because eventually he will join the party. I think everybody here has some magical equipment. She's got this. I think that's a studded leather armor +2. No, it's +1.
Follow me.
This guy doesn't sell full plate +1, just regular full plate. Kelgar annoys me as a character because he has no dexterity. He has 1 dexterity bonus, so he's pretty limited in the kind of armor that he can wear. He can only really wear full plate, and that's about it. Everything else is wasted on him.
I'm listening.
And he starts with an exotic weapon, Dwarven War Axe. So he's kind of limited in what he can use. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is too expensive anyway. I think what I'll do is I might actually start a brand new Icewind Dale 2 party. And I'll stream that. Icewind Dale 2 is peak D&D. If you're looking, I'd say that or Temple of Elemental Evil are like the 2 best D&D combat simulators you can buy. I think that's the reason why both those games flopped, is because they don't really have much of a story. It's mainly 99% incredibly lopsided, stupidly challenging combat using D&D 3rd edition rules. In the first, I'll spoil it, but in the very first Icewind Dale, the last boss is the demon Belhafet. That is a really hard battle at the end of that game, no matter what level you are. And it's not made any easier by the fact that he summons two adamantium golems that have a permanent cloud kill spell cast around them. So they walk around the map with a cloud kill spell while you're trying to fight a very high level demon. It's horrible. But the last fight in Icewind Dale 2 is even worse, because you literally have to fight an entire army at the top level of their tower, their base. So you fight 2 half draconians. Yes, you fight 2 half dragons. And you fight like a bunch of ogres, trolls, a lich. You fight like just the absolute worst things you can imagine in D&D all at once. I think I might make the Intimidate roll, because I did take a couple points in Intimidate because of my high strength, so let's see what we can do with that. Yeah, we failed it. What are my skills anyway? I have 4 points in Diplomacy. I have 1 point in Intimidate, okay. I don't know why. I should be moving my Intimidate up. I'm an elf that lives in the woods. I'm not supposed to have a very high speech skill anyway. So yeah, we screwed that one up. No big deal. That just means you get less gold at the end of the quest. Thanks to you bungling the quest, half the guardsmen are now dead, idiot. Why is Kelgar helping me? He should be helping the thief.
But I can do that.
Damn, these guys actually are pretty rough. They killed Eleni in her bear form. Damn. I didn't even know that was possible. Of course, the ranger's pet really is pretty useless until you get the animal bond skill, because they're always like 3 levels behind where they should be. I always hated that about 3rd edition, where druids are the only ones that get like real summon pets that can do real damage, while rangers get ones 3 levels lower. So stupid.
How can I help?
Oh shit, no wonder she went to
Yes, right.
she went to melee because she doesn't have any arrows left.
Attack.
Yeah, that is. She doesn't have any.
Sure, I can do that.
Just seeing Eleni in the bear form keeps making me think of that druid from Baldur's Gate 3 that everybody was getting ticked off about because if you romance him, he turns into a bear for that one sex scene. It's like every single time Eleni gets in combat, she immediately turns into her bear form. Tell me you're a furry without telling me you're a furry. What's the point in wasting a point in wasting a skill point in scimitar if you're just in bear form all the time?
Nature will have its say.
I think too there's you notice there's reflections in the water puddles now, and I don't think that was in the engine in the original Neverwinter Nights 2. See the reflections in the puddle? It's pretty neat. I don't think the original game did that. Oh look, the City Watch actually has a halfling in their ranks. That's hilarious.
What's up?
Well, didn't want to do that, but... See, this is why I prefer playing a monk in this campaign. You avoid so much bullshit if you have a good diplomacy score. Paladins would do even better because they would have the charisma bonus. And most people, when they make a monk, use charisma as their dump stat, so... Why does she insist upon entering into melee with a damn bow? What is this woman's dysfunction?
Everyone, follow me.
Oh shit, I can't access her inventory
Yes?
when she's in bear form. Please stop going into bear form. I can turn it off in her AI if I really wanted to.
Yes?
Well, that'll increase my diplomacy among other things. Also decrease my armor class.
Yes. How can I help?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
wait a minute, I forgot to check that crate.
Yes.
Bowl of commanding water elementals. You can only do it 10 times though. Still, might be worth carrying.
Yes?
I am listening.
Yes.
How can I help?
Why would she equip that one-handed?
Yes?
I think at some point I'm going to have to teach Nishka two-handed fighting abilities. I mean, my character gets 4 attacks. He's getting 9 and 4 in his main hand, and 10 and 5 in his right or secondary hand.
Let's see that! Torpedo!
Well, I guess that summon water elemental actually helped quite a bit. At least it's soaking up some damage. I guess that's why they hide it in the crate over there. Yeah, so one thing I can't stand about Nishka, every time you do something good, she gets pissed. I mean, what is she, chaotic neutral? Because she seems more like... No, she's true neutral. But yet she acts like... I don't know.
we suspected. Our informant was correct.
I will need you to report to the meeting point at once and deal with those who were intended to receive the shipment. I suspect it will be much easier to handle without the weapons they were meant to pick up. But be cautious. I also want you to keep an eye out for anything there that might shed more light on their smuggling operations. We've shut down one smuggling route, but they must have others. Fortune to you, Lieutenant, and see to it those men are dealt with.
You know what? Now that I have 19 points in strength, I may go and buy those ogre gauntlets just to have the extra base attack bonus.
I am listening.
Follow me.
You know, might as well give him. I mean, he's going to become a monk eventually.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, when I hit level 9, I should be able to get that animal bond skill, so my summoned wolf isn't such a wimp.
Made me go green.
You know what I don't understand? It doesn't seem like my animal companion is actually growing in level. So if the effective level of my animal companion is 3 levels lower than it would be for a druid, of my level, then shouldn't my animal companion be level 6 and not level 3? I'm not failing at math here, right? My character level is 9. So my animal companion would be 3 levels lower, so it should be level 6. Strange. You know what's funny? I have this game installed on an NVMe drive, a 4 terabyte NVMe drive, and the loading times are so slow. I have no idea what's going on. Let's see. Now, if you play the first Neverwinter Nights, you see this little kobold by the name of Deacon. He's a major character in one of the expansions of the original Neverwinter Nights. So if you play that game and its expansions to completion, then you'll know the story of the little kobold bard, Deacon. Because he's a party member that joins you in the original game. Here he's just a merchant that sells high-level items. The character that I play in this game, Naven Calm, my ranger here, I came up with the name. Calm is actually a dwarven name that means mountain. And you might be asking, why would an elf have a last name that's in a dwarven tongue? And Naven means something else. The full name is like Neverel something. I can't remember. I wrote it down somewhere, and it means like forest stalker. It's basic elvish crap. But the last name of Calm is because he's actually I consider him a hero amongst the dwarven people, because his backstory is that at one time he helped a clan of dwarfs escape their home that was being raided by orcs, and he defended the hill that overlooked the entrance to their clan hall, and he saved a lot of their life. So they honor him as like a dwarf friend, even though he's an elf. And so he took the last name Calm because they used to call him the calm that bled. So he took the last name of Calm. So that's why he has a dwarven last name. Now let's see, where's this warehouse supposed to be that they were talking about? Oh yeah, there it is. if somebody's watching this and they care, I'm going to show you before I sign off here because I'm getting a little tired. I'll show you my half-orc character that I was working on. Oh, I'm also I have another idea. I really want to do a character that uses monkey grip and has a two-handed weapon in each hand. The only downside to that, like this fighter, I wanted to do a weapon master, and that's why I picked human, so that I would have as many feats as possible, so I could hit weapon master as soon as possible. But I think having like a great sword in each hand, even though you'd suffer quite a bit of base attack bonus reduction, it would be pretty cool. That's something I always wanted to try with this game. And I have a half-orc character I'm also playing as, who is in fact using the monkey grip ability, so he can wield two-handed weapons in one hand, but I'll be using a shield with him because I don't want to accrue too many penalties with using a two-handed weapon in each hand. This guy actually turned out pretty good too. This barbarian, this orc barbarian. Notice how much larger I am than everybody else in the party. But I have a two-handed falchion. And just as a side note for anyone who hasn't played this game yet, falchions are the power gaming weapon, because out of all the two-handed weapons in the game, other than Scythe, they have the best critical threat. They roll a critical on 18, on a roll of 18. I think Scythes roll a critical on 17. Or no, they rolled on 18, but they're times 4 damage. That's what it is. But falchions are considered like the perfect power gaming two-handed weapon in D&D 3rd edition. So what I was going to do was I was just going to have like a shield in the one hand and use a falchion as my main weapon. Let's see, his base attack bonus is 10. He's first attack is 10 and then the other is +5.
Yes.
And that's even higher than my dwarf, who is at +8 and +3.
Your command.
So, but that's another idea. You know, if I were to take the shield off, it'd actually be a +12 and +7 for base attack bonus, which is pretty damn good at this point in the game, since he's only level 6 and he already has a +12 base attack bonus. So that's that. Figured I'd, do a little bit of streaming here, just test it to see how it comes out after, OBS uploads this, and I just want to see, because I know when I tried this before on my channel with, I think it was Visions of Mana, the game looked like absolute dog crap. So I want to see how it actually looks on the YouTube end of things. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If people like this sort of thing, I might do more of it. I don't know. So until then, everybody have a good night, and play some Neverwinter Nights too, if you can. Whichever version you play, whether it's the one on GOG or the new one on Steam. It's a damn good game.